Malware and malware-related software has become a fact of everyday life on today's internet. Close to 200,000 threats have now been identified and around 200 new ones appear every day. But how has this evolved? Each new generation of malware writers learns from its predecessors, continually developing techniques that break new ground. So, in order to fully understand, we need to look back at how it has developed. The first viruses appeared in the 1970s on dedicated networks such as ARPANET. But it wasn't until computers became more accessible that malicious code appeared in volume. The first PC viruses arose out of experiments by Fred Cohen at Lehigh University in 1984. He also formulated the industry-accepted definition of a computer virus. The first PC virus in the field appeared in 1986. These early days also saw a number of network worms, but it was many years before they became a serious problem. Early PC viruses were localized and slow-spreading. Although many of them infected programs, the major threat at this time came from boot sector viruses, which spread via the exchange of floppy disks. Techniques to hide infection and to make analysis and detection more difficult were developed during this period. The first macro virus appeared in July 1995, and thousands more followed in subsequent years. Macro viruses significantly changed the nature of the threat. Firstly, they infected data files, Microsoft Word documents, and then other Microsoft Office files. Secondly, they were easy to write. And thirdly, the growth of email as a business tool meant that infected users could inadvertently spread infections more quickly than ever before. This period also saw the first proof-of-concept viruses for Windows 95 and Windows NT. The appearance of Melissa in March 1999 ushered in an era dominated by email worms that proactively hijacked the email system to spread automatically. Melissa opened the floodgates for tens of thousands of other so-called mass mailers. They spread with unprecedented speed, causing global epidemics in hours. Many used social engineering techniques to lure unsuspecting users into running infected programs attached to email messages. In July 2001, NIMDA pioneered the use of multiple attack mechanisms to attack victim machines. These compound threats combined several methods: mass mailing, exploitation of system vulnerabilities, usage of network shares, and dropping of Trojans onto infected computers. While many continued to use social engineering techniques, others were internet worms pure and simple, spreading directly over the internet without the need for any user action. The most successful spread in hours, or in the worst case, just minutes. Today's threat landscape is markedly different to previous years. Viruses, worms, and Trojans are no longer isolated acts of cyber vandalism. Instead, the internet has become the means for distributing crimeware, malicious code that's used to make money illegally. The stakes are now much higher, and with malware authors keen for their code to remain inconspicuous, they're increasingly using rootkits to hide the changes they make to computer systems. Looking ahead, as the use of mobile devices becomes more widespread, more mobile malware is certain to appear in the coming years.
Virus writing business is changing, and at the same time it means that the antivirus industry must be changing. The procedures of virus collecting and analysis and releasing the update must be different than years ago. And at the moment I see that the antivirus updates must be released as quick as it is possible. The new samples must be collected as fast as it is possible, and the antivirus, business antivirus technologies must work like a conveyor.
Malware continues to be an ever-increasing problem for businesses today, with threats growing exponentially. The nature of the threat changes too, with malware evolving just as quickly as the underlying business technology. At Kaspersky Lab, we can provide you with the technology and speed of response to keep you one step ahead, because soon is too long to wait.